Chapter 1: The World Without Discomfort. By the time humanity eliminated all suffering, they had also eliminated all strength. The year was 2084, 60 years after the Great Comfort Revolution, 60 years since humanity declared war on pain itself and won. It started innocently enough. Medical breakthroughs, neural implants that blocked chronic pain, pharmaceutical advances that eliminated depression, anxiety, physical discomfort, technological innovations that removed every source of human suffering. By 2040, you could wake up, inject a neuroregulator, and spend your entire day feeling exactly how you wanted to feel. Tired? Not anymore. Sad? Gone. Uncomfortable? Impossible. Hungry? Suppressed. Cold? Your neural implant adjusted your perception. Hot? Same thing. By 2060, children were born with comfort tech integrated into their bodies. They never experienced a scraped knee that hurt, never felt the sting of rejection, never knew what it meant to be genuinely uncomfortable for more than 3 seconds before their neural systems auto-corrected. By 2084, 3 generations had grown up never knowing real pain. And they were the weakest humans who had ever lived. Kaito Arashi was 68 years old. He was the last person alive who chose to live without comfort tech, the last person who still felt pain, the last person who remembered what it meant to earn strength through suffering. He was the last instructor. His gym was in the forgotten district of Neo-Tokyo, the zone where people who rejected integration lived. The unmodified, the naturalists, the ones society called the afflicted because they chose to feel everything. The gym was called Kutsu Dojo, Pain Hall. No one came there anymore. Kaito stood in the empty training hall, 6 a.m. like he had every morning for 47 years. He was alone. He had been alone for 6 years. Not a single student had walked through those doors since 2078. He performed his ritual anyway. 100 burpees, 200 push-ups, 50 pull-ups, 10-kilometer run through the abandoned industrial district. His body was 68 years old, but it moved like a man of 40. No implants, no neural regulation, no pharmaceutical enhancement, just decades of deliberate, earned strength. When he returned from his run, breathing hard, sweat soaking his shirt, there was someone waiting outside his gym. A young man, maybe 22 years old. Soft features, clean clothes, the telltale shimmer of neural implants visible beneath his skin at the temples. Modified, like everyone else. "Can I help you?" Kaito asked. The young man looked at him with a mixture of fascination and horror. "You're actually sweating? Like real sweat? From exertion?" "Yes." "Doesn't that feel terrible?" "Yes." "Then why do you do it?" Kaito unlocked the gym door. Because terrible feelings build strong people. Comfortable feelings build weak ones. The young man hesitated. "I want to learn." Kaito stopped, turned, studied him. "Why?" "Because I'm drowning in comfort, and I don't know how to swim." For the first time in 6 years, Kaito opened the gym doors to a student. His name was Ren, and he was about to discover what his generation had never been allowed to know. That pain is the price of strength, and strength is the only thing that makes you free. The young man looked at him with a mixture of fascination and horror. "You're
actually sweating? Like real sweat from exertion. Yes. Doesn't that feel terrible? Yes. Then why do you do it? Kaito unlocked the gym door. Because terrible feelings build strong people. Comfortable feelings build weak ones. The young man hesitated. I want to learn. Kaito stopped, turned, studied him. Why? Because I'm drowning in comfort and I don't know how to swim. For the first time in 6 years, Kaito opened the gym doors to a student. His name was Ren, and he was about to discover what his generation had never been allowed to know. That pain is the price of strength, and strength is the only thing that makes you free.
Chapter 2. The First Lesson. Ren walked into the gym and immediately started adjusting his neural settings. His fingers moved instinctively to the small interface behind his ear, the control panel for his comfort tech. Stop, Kaito said. Ren froze. What? If you train here, you train unmodified. No pain suppression, no fatigue regulation, no comfort adjustments. Ren looked terrified. I can't just turn it off. I've had this my whole life, since birth. Then you've never lived your whole life. You've been managed by machines. Everyone has comfort tech. It's normal. It's safe. It's weak, Kaito finished. It's weak. Ren stared at the old man. You really believe comfort makes people weak? I don't believe it. I've watched it happen for 60 years. 3 generations of humans who can't tolerate the slightest discomfort, who collapse when their tech malfunctions, who have no mental resilience, no physical durability, no capacity to endure. We don't need to endure. We have technology. Kaito walked to the center of the training floor. And when the technology fails, when the power goes out, when the implants malfunction, what are you? Ren had no answer. I'll tell you what you are, Kaito said. You're helpless, completely dependent. You're a child in an adult body, and you don't even know it because you've never tested yourself against anything real. The words hit Ren like a physical blow, because somewhere deep inside, beneath all the neural regulation and comfort systems, he knew it was true. So what do I do? Ren asked. You turn it off. All of it? All of it. Ren's hands trembled as he accessed his neural interface. He had never completely disabled his comfort tech, not once in his entire life. His fingers hovered over the command. I'm scared, Ren admitted. Good. Fear means you're about to do something real. Ren pressed the command. The interface blinked red. His pupils dilated, and for the first time in his life, he felt everything. The slight chill in the air, the ache in his shoulders from sleeping wrong, the anxiety in his chest, the hunger in his stomach, the discomfort of his own thoughts without neural buffering. He gasped, This is horrible. This is human, Kaito corrected. This is what it feels like to be alive without a machine managing your existence. Ren wanted to turn it back on. Every instinct screamed at him to reactivate his comfort tech, but he didn't. What now? He asked.
Now you learn what your body can do when it's not being protected from itself. Kaito walked to the pull-up bar. Do one pull-up. Ren approached the bar. He jumped up, grabbed it, and pulled.
His arms screamed. His shoulders burned. His muscles, unused to real exertion, protested immediately. He couldn't do it, not even one. He dropped down, breathing hard. I can't. You can't because you've never been allowed to try. Your comfort tech has regulated your muscle recruitment your entire life. You've never pushed your body past comfort. Your muscles literally don't know how to activate fully. Ren stared at the bar. So what do? You try again, and you fail again, and you keep failing until your body remembers what it was designed to do. Ren jumped up, pulled, failed, jumped up, pulled, failed. 10 attempts, 10 failures. His hands were getting raw, his muscles were shaking, his mind was screaming to stop. This is pointless, Ren said. I'm not getting any closer. You're getting closer every time. You just can't feel it yet because you're used to instant results. You're used to pressing a button and having a machine optimize your performance. Real strength doesn't work that way. Then how does it work? Kaito looked at him. Slowly, painfully, over months and years of repeated failure, until the failures become successes. Ren wanted to quit, wanted to walk out, wanted to reactivate his tech and forget this entire experience. But he didn't. He jumped up again, pulled, still couldn't do it, but this time he held on a little longer before dropping. Kaito nodded again. Chapter 3. The World's Response.
Word spread quickly in the modified world. Ren posted about his training on the neural network, the integrated social system that everyone with implants accessed directly through their consciousness. Day 3 training unmodified. It's the hardest thing I've ever done, and I can't stop. The responses were immediate and predictable.
Why would you do that to yourself? This is self-harm. Someone report this. There are counselors for this kind of masochistic behavior. Choosing pain when you don't have to is a mental illness. But there were other responses too, quieter ones, private messages. Where is this place? Can I come? I feel the same way, like I'm suffocating in comfort. By the second week, 3 more people showed up at the gym. A woman named Yuki, 25, who said she felt like she was living in a dream she couldn't wake up from. A man named Hiro, 30, who said he had accomplished nothing in his life because nothing ever felt real enough to matter. A teenager named Kenji, 17, who said he wanted to know if he was capable of anything. Kaito looked at them. 4 students, the most he'd had in 6 years. If you train here, he told them, you will hurt. You will fail. You will want to quit every single day. And I will not make it easier for you, because easy doesn't build anything worth having. They all nodded. Disable your comfort tech. One by one, they accessed their neural interfaces and shut down their pain regulation, fatigue management, and emotional buffering. The discomfort hit them immediately. Yuki started crying, not from sadness, but from feeling genuine emotion without pharmaceutical dampening for years. Hiro felt his chronic lower back pain, the pain his implants had been masking since he was 18. He hadn't even known it was there. Kenji felt anxiety, pure, unfiltered teenage anxiety without neural smoothing. He looked like he might panic.
Breathe, Kaito said. This is your baseline. This is what human beings feel naturally. You're not broken. You've just never been allowed to feel normal. Is this normal? Yuki asked through tears. This is human. They trained for 2 hours that first day. Basic movements, bodyweight squats, push-ups, planks. Every single one of them failed things children could do because their bodies had been managed by machines their entire lives. Yuki couldn't hold a plank for 10 seconds. Hiro couldn't do 5 proper push-ups. Kenji's legs shook doing bodyweight squats, but they kept trying. At the end of the session, they were covered in sweat, trembling from exertion, mentally exhausted. That was horrible, Yuki said. Yes, Kaito agreed. Can we come back tomorrow?
Yes. They came back the next day, and the day after that, and the day after that. And slowly, impossibly slowly compared to what they were used to, they got stronger. But then the government got involved. Chapter 4: The Intervention. The Department of Human Well-Being sent 2 officials to the gym on day 23. They were both young, polished, modified to perfection. Their comfort tech was top-tier government issue. You could see the subtle glow of the neural implants, the perfect regulation of their emotional states, the complete absence of any physical discomfort. Kaito Arashi, the woman said. Yes, I'm Officer Tanaka. This is Officer Sato. We're here about complaints filed regarding your facility. What complaints? She pulled up a holographic display. 17 reports of self-harm encouragement, 9 reports of dangerous physical activity without proper safety regulation, 4 reports of psychological manipulation. Kaito crossed his arms. I'm teaching people to be strong. They don't need to be strong, Officer Sato said. They have technology that makes them strong. Technology that makes you dependent isn't strength, it's weakness with a battery. Officer Tanaka's expression didn't change. Her emotional regulation wouldn't allow irritation. Mr. Arashi, the Comfort Act of 2043 established that unnecessary suffering is a human rights violation. What you're doing here violates that act. The Comfort Act was written by people who confused comfort with safety and safety with strength. Comfort is safety. No, Kaito said. Comfort is the absence of challenge, and the absence of challenge is the death of capability. Officer Sato stepped forward. We're authorized to shut down this facility if you don't comply with wellness standards. What standards? All physical training must include proper comfort tech integration. All participants must maintain minimum neural regulation to prevent psychological harm. All activities must be optimized to prevent unnecessary discomfort. Kaito laughed. You want me to teach strength while preventing discomfort? That's like teaching someone to swim without getting wet. That's exactly what modern aquatics training does, Officer Tanaka said seriously. Neural simulation of swimming without actual water exposure. It's much safer. Kaito stared at her. And if someone actually falls in water, why would they? Water safety systems prevent that. And when the systems fail, they don't fail. Everything fails eventually. The officers looked at each other. Their neural implants were probably communicating silently, deciding his fate. You have 30 days to comply with wellness standards, or we shut you down,
Officer Tanaka said. They left. Kaito's students had been listening from inside. "What are you going to do?" Ren asked. "I'm going to keep teaching." "But they'll shut you down." "Then they shut me down. But I'm not going to spend my last 30 days teaching people how to be comfortable. I'm going to spend them teaching you how to be unbreakable."
Chapter 5. The 30 Days. Kaito changed the training program. If he only had 30 days, he would compress years of teaching into 1 month. Week 1. Breaking the dependency. Every student had been using their comfort tech as a crutch without realizing it. The first week was about showing them just how dependent they had become. Kaito took them on a 5-kilometer hike through the abandoned industrial zone. No neural regulation, no pain suppression. Within 1 kilometer, all 4 were struggling. Their feet hurt, their muscles ached, their minds were screaming to stop. "I can't do this," Kenji said, sitting down on the ground. "You can't, or you don't want to?" Kaito asked. "What's the difference?" "Can't means your body is physically incapable. Don't want to means your mind is uncomfortable. Which one is it?" Kenji thought about it. "I don't want to." "Then stand up." "But it hurts." "Yes, and it will keep hurting, and you will keep walking, because pain is just information. It's your body telling you it's working. It's not telling you to stop unless something is actually damaged." Kenji stood up. They kept walking. All 4 completed the 5 kilometers. It took them 2 hours. It should have taken 45 minutes, but they did it. Week 2. Building the foundation. Now that they understood the difference between pain and damage, Kaito introduced them to progressive overload. Every day, they did more than the day before. 1 more push-up, 1 more second on the plank, 1 more pull-up attempt. The progress was microscopic, but it was real. Yuki did her first unassisted pull-up on day 11. She cried, actual tears of achievement, not tears of discomfort. Hiro held a 2-minute plank on day 13. His core had never been engaged properly his entire life. Now it was learning. Kenji completed 20 push-ups on day 14. He had barely been able to do 3 on day 1. Ren ran 5 kilometers without stopping on day 15. He hadn't run more than 100 meters in his entire life before this. They were transforming, not just physically, mentally. They were learning that discomfort was temporary, that effort compounded, that the mind gives up long before the body does. Week 3, the mental shift. This was the critical week, the week where students either quit or committed. Kaito introduced them to the concept he called sutemi, abandoning the self. Everything you've learned so far is physical, he told them, but true strength is mental. It's the ability to continue when every part of your mind is screaming to stop. He designed a test. Hold a wall sit position until failure. No time limit. Just hold until you physically cannot hold any longer. All 4 started. Within 2 minutes, all 4 were shaking. Kenji dropped at 3 minutes. "I can't." "Don't move," Kaito said. "Get back in position." "But I failed."
You failed when you decided to fail. Your legs didn't fail. Your mind did. Get back in position.
Kenji got back in position.
held for another minute before dropping again. Again. This is torture. This is training. Torture is unavoidable. Training is chosen. Again. Kenji went back, held for another 45 seconds. Yuki lasted 5 minutes before dropping. She tried again, lasted 2 more minutes. Hiro made it to 7 minutes. He was crying from the pain, but he held. Ren made it to 8 minutes. His legs were visibly shaking. Sweat was pouring down his face. He looked at Kaito with pure desperation in his eyes. "You can stop any time you want," Kaito said. "I don't want to stop, but I can't hold on." "Then you found your limit. Now push past it." Ren held for another 30 seconds before his legs gave out completely. When he collapsed, he was smiling. "I didn't know I could do that," he said. "None of you knew what you could do because you've never been allowed to find out." Week 4, the final test. On day 28, 2 days before the government deadline, Kaito gathered all 4 students. In 2 days, they're shutting this place down, so today we find out if you've learned anything. He took them to the roof of an abandoned warehouse, 5 stories up. There was a rope hanging from the roof's edge down to the ground. "Your final test," Kaito said. "Climb to the top of this rope, all 5 stories. No safety equipment, no comfort tech." They stared at the rope. "That's impossible," Hiro said. "It's difficult, not impossible. I've done it 1,000 times." "You're a professional." "I was until I trained, just like you're training now." Kenji looked down. "If we fall, then you fall, but you won't fall if you don't give up. Your hands will fail before your grip does. Your mind will scream before your arms give out. The only way you fall is if you let go." One by one, they approached the rope. Yuki went first. She made it 3 meters before her arms started shaking, but she didn't let go. She kept climbing. At 8 meters, she looked down. Panic set in. "Don't look down," Kaito called up. "Look at where you're going, not where you've been." She kept climbing, slowly, painfully, her muscles screaming. She reached the top. When she came back down, her hands were raw, her arms were shaking. She was crying. "I did it! I actually did it!" Hiro went next, made it to the top, slower but steady. Kenji struggled at the halfway point. His teenage body wasn't as strong as the others, but he didn't quit. Took him 20 minutes, but he reached the top. Ven was last. He climbed smoothly, efficiently. All the training had built not just his strength, but his technique. He reached the top faster than anyone. When all 4 were back on the roof, Kaito looked at them.
30 days ago, none of you could do a single pull-up. Today, you climbed 15 meters using nothing but your bodies and your minds. Do you understand what that means?
"We got stronger," Ren said. "No, you became stronger. There's a difference. Getting stronger is temporary. Becoming stronger is permanent. You changed who you are." They sat together on that roof, looking out over the abandoned district of Neo-Tokyo. "What happens after they shut this place down?" Yuki asked. "You keep training." "Without you? You don't need me anymore. I taught you the only thing that matters. Discomfort is growth. Pain is feedback. Weakness is temporary unless you accept it as permanent." "But where do we go?" Kaito smiled. "Anywhere you want, because now
You're strong enough to handle whatever comes.
Chapter 6: The Shutdown. On day 30, officers Tanaka and Sato returned with a shutdown order. They brought a dozen enforcement drones and a neural suppression field generator, equipment designed to forcibly reactivate comfort tech in anyone who had disabled it. Kaito and his 4 students were waiting outside the gym. "Mr. Arashi," Officer Tanaka said, "your facility is now classified as a public danger zone. You're ordered to cease operations immediately." "I stopped operations yesterday," Kaito said. "My students graduated." Officer Sato scanned them with a medical device. "Their neural implants are disabled. They're in physical distress. We're authorized to forcibly reactivate their comfort tech for their own safety." "Don't," Ren said. The officers looked at him. "You're experiencing unnecessary suffering. It's our duty to help you." "I'm not suffering. I'm living." "Your cortisol levels are elevated. Your pain receptors are firing. Your body is experiencing stress." "Yes, and I'm handling it because I'm not weak anymore." Officer Tanaka frowned, or would have if her emotional regulation allowed it. "This is exactly the kind of dangerous ideology we're here to prevent. You've been manipulated into believing suffering is valuable." "I haven't been manipulated. I've been freed." "From what?" "From dependency, from weakness, from being a child in an adult body." The officers exchanged a look. Their neural implants were probably communicating silently again. "We're going to help you whether you want it or not," Officer Sato said. He activated the neural suppression field. A pulse of energy washed over the area. Everyone with implants felt it, a forced reactivation signal designed to override manual shutdowns. Kaito, Ren, Yuki, Hiru, and Kenji all stumbled as their comfort tech tried to reboot. But something unexpected happened. Their bodies fought it. After 30 days of training without neural regulation, their nervous systems had adapted. Their brains had rebuilt natural pain management. Their bodies had learned to function without artificial buffering. The implants activated, but the students barely noticed. "It's not working," Ren said, surprised. "Your pain should be gone," Officer Tanaka said, checking her scanner. "It is gone. I just don't care anymore. I'm used to it." This was not in the protocol. This was not supposed to be possible. Officer Sato pulled up his holographic display. "According to these readings, your comfort tech is active, but you're still experiencing discomfort and not responding to it." "Because we don't need it anymore," Hiru said. "We built our own strength. Your technology can't take that away." For the first time in the conversation, Officer Tanaka's emotional regulation slipped. She looked genuinely confused. "But why? Why would you want to feel pain when you don't have to?" Kaito stepped forward. "Because pain is the price of capability. You've built a world where no one has to pay that price, and now you have a generation of people who are completely incapable when their technology fails." "Technology doesn't fail." "It will, eventually. Everything does. And when it does, what will your comfortable, protected, weak society do?" The officers had no answer. "You can shut down my gym, but you can't shut down what I've taught them. They're stronger than your technology now, and that terrifies you." Officer Tanaka deactivated the neural suppression field.
This facility is closed. If we receive any more complaints about you encouraging people to disable their implants, you'll face criminal charges." They left. Kaito's students stood together, watching them go. "They're afraid of us," Kenji said. "They should be," Kaito replied. "You're proof that their entire system is built on a lie, the lie that comfort equals strength. You've proven that strength comes from choosing discomfort." "So what now?" Ren asked. "Now you teach others."
Chapter 7. The Spread.
The students didn't need a gym. They trained in the abandoned district, in empty warehouses, on rooftops, in the streets. And they weren't alone for long. More people found them, people who felt the same suffocation, the same weakness, the desperate need for something real. Within 3 months, there were 20 people training. Within 6 months, 50. Within a year, there were underground training groups in every district of Neo-Tokyo. The government tried to stop it. They classified unmodified training as voluntary self-harm. They made it illegal to encourage people to disable their comfort tech. But they couldn't stop the movement, because the people who had tasted real strength didn't want to go back to managed comfort. Ren became an instructor. He taught the same principles Kaito had taught him. Yuki opened her own facility in another district. Hiro trained a group of teenagers who felt like they were suffocating in their perfect, painless lives. Kenji, still only 18, became the youngest instructor in the movement. And Kaito watched it all from his small apartment in the forgotten district. He was 69 now. His body was starting to fail. His knees hurt, his back ached, his hands had arthritis. He refused all treatment, refused all implants, refused all comfort tech. He wanted to feel it, all of it, because pain was proof he was still alive. On his 70th birthday, Ren visited him. "There are over 1,000 people training now," Ren said, "all because of what you taught us." "I didn't teach you anything you didn't already know," Kaito said. "I just gave you permission to remember." "Remember what?" "That humans are designed for struggle, for challenge, for discomfort. You're not fragile creatures that need protection from every difficulty. You're adaptable, powerful, capable beings that become stronger through adversity." Ren sat next to him. "The government is calling us a dangerous movement now. They're trying to shut down all the training groups." "Let them try. They can't arrest everyone, and they can't force people to be weak if those people have already chosen strength." "They're saying we're a threat to social stability." I laughed. "We are. We're threatening a society built on dependency, a society that needs people to be helpless so they can be controlled. Strong people don't need to be managed. That's why they're afraid." "Do you think we'll win?" "Win what?" "The fight to bring real strength back to the world." Kaito looked out the window at the city below. Millions of people living in perfect comfort, perfect safety, perfect weakness. "I don't know if we'll win," he said, "but I know we're teaching people something they can never unlearn. Once you've felt real strength, once you've pushed your body past what you thought was possible, once you've discovered that pain is just feedback and discomfort is just growth, you can't go back. You don't want to go back." Ren nodded. "I could never go back. None of you can, and that's how we win. Not by fighting the system, but by becoming too strong for the system to control."
Chapter 8.
The final lesson.
Kaito died at age 73. Not from disease, he refused treatment. Not from an accident, he was still training until the day before. He died in his sleep, naturally, the way humans used to die, before comfort tech extended everyone's life artificially. His funeral was attended by over 2,000 people, all of them unmodified, all of them strong. Ren gave the eulogy. Kaito Arashi was the last instructor, he began. The last person who remembered what humanity was before we became dependent on technology to manage our existence. He taught us something the world had forgotten, that pain is not the enemy, comfort is. The crowd was silent. We live in a world that has eliminated all suffering, and in doing so, eliminated all strength. Kaito showed us that suffering and strength are inseparable. You cannot have one without the other. You cannot be strong without being willing to be uncomfortable. Ren paused. The government calls us dangerous. They say we're promoting self-harm. But we're not harming ourselves. We're building ourselves. There's a difference. He looked at the crowd. Kaito once told me, the world will try to make you comfortable. Resist that. Comfort is a trap. It makes you weak, dependent, controllable. Choose discomfort. Choose challenge. Choose pain. Because on the other side of pain is strength, and strength is the only thing that makes you free. The crowd erupted in applause. After the funeral, as people were leaving, a government official approached Ren. She said, "The Department of Human Well-Being wants to negotiate." Negotiate what? A compromise. You can continue your training programs if you agree to certain safety regulations. What regulations? Mandatory comfort tech during training, neural monitoring, pain limiters. We can't allow people to be subjected to extreme discomfort. Ren looked at her. You still don't understand. Understand what? Extreme discomfort is the point. That's where growth happens. That's where strength is built. If you limit pain, you limit capability. We can't allow that. You can't stop it. There are thousands of us now, and we're not going back. The official looked uncomfortable, genuinely uncomfortable, her own comfort tech probably struggling to manage her anxiety. You're creating a society within our society, people who reject our protection, who choose suffering, who refuse to be helped. No, said Ren. We're remembering what society used to be before you made everyone helpless. We're reclaiming our humanity. She left looking disturbed.
Chapter 9. The Legacy. 5 years after Kaito's death, the movement had grown beyond anyone's expectations. Over 50,000 people were training unmodified. They called themselves the Earned, people who had earned their strength instead of receiving it through technology. The government tried to stop it. They made it illegal to train without comfort tech active. They prosecuted instructors. They shut down facilities. But they couldn't stop people from training in abandoned warehouses, on rooftops, in the streets, in their own homes. The Earned became a society within society. They lived differently, worked
differently, thought differently. They took jobs that required physical capability, the jobs that no one else wanted because they were uncomfortable: construction, manual labor, emergency response. When there was a crisis, the earned responded. When technology failed, the earned handled it. A power grid failure in 2091 left half of Neo-Tokyo without electricity for 3 days. All the comfort tech went offline. Millions of people who had never experienced discomfort suddenly felt everything. Panic, chaos, complete social breakdown. Except in the zones where the earned lived. They didn't panic, they didn't collapse, they just continued. Because they didn't need technology to function. They had built their own strength. The government noticed. For the first time in 60 years, they saw the value in people who could function without perfect conditions. But they didn't change their policies, because changing their policies would mean admitting that 60 years of comfort tech integration had been a mistake, and society was too invested in comfort to admit it was a trap.
Chapter 10. The Last Instructor's Gift.
20 years after Kaito's death, Ren was 62 years old. He had trained thousands of people, watched the movement grow from 4 students to a global phenomenon, seen society slowly, reluctantly begin to understand that strength and comfort were inversely related. He still trained every day. 6 a.m., the same routine Kaito had taught him. 100 burpees, 200 push-ups, 50 pull-ups, 10-kilometer run. His body was aging. He felt every movement now, but he never stopped. One morning, a young woman approached him after his run. "Are you Ren, the first student?" "Yes." "I want to learn." "Why?" She hesitated. "Because I'm 24 years old, and I've never done anything difficult. I've never failed at anything, because my implants optimize."
Everything. I've never felt proud of anything because I've never earned anything. And I want to know what it feels like to be strong. Ren smiled. "Turn off your comfort tech." She did. The discomfort hit her immediately. She gasped. "This is awful," she said. "This is human," Ren replied, "and this is where your strength begins." He took her to the training ground, not a gym, just an empty lot where the earned gathered. "Do 1 push-up," he said. She got down, tried, failed. "I can't." "You can't yet. Try again." She tried again, failed again. On the 5th attempt, she did 1, just 1, but it was real. When she stood up, there were tears in her eyes. "I did it!" "You did. And tomorrow you'll do 2, and next week you'll do 5, and in 6 months you'll do 50, and you'll be a different person." "How do you know?" "Because that's what happened to me. 20 years ago I couldn't do a single pull-up. A man named Kaito Arashi taught me that strength isn't something you're born with, it's something you build, 1 rep at a time, 1 failure at a time, 1 choice at a time." The young woman looked at him. "Will you teach me?" "Yes, but I need you to understand something first." "What?" "This will be the hardest thing you've ever done. You will want to quit. You will want to turn your comfort tech back on. You will hate me some days. But if you stay, If you push through the discomfort and the pain and the doubt, you will become stronger than you ever thought possible, and that strength will never leave you. She nodded. I'm ready. No, you're not, but you will be.
Epilogue: The World That Remembered.
50 years after Kaito Arashi's death, the world looked different. Not completely different. Most people still used comfort tech. Most people still chose managed comfort over earned strength. But there was a choice now, a path for those who wanted something different. The earned had grown into a global movement, millions of people who trained unmodified, who chose discomfort, who built strength through struggle. They were firefighters, rescue workers, explorers, builders. They were the people who handled the difficult jobs, the uncomfortable jobs, the jobs that required human resilience. And slowly, society began to respect them. Not just respect, depend on them. Because when systems failed, when comfort tech malfunctioned, when emergencies happened, the earned were the ones who responded, the ones who could function in chaos, the ones who were strong enough to handle what others couldn't. Kaito Arashi's gym was preserved as a historical site, a reminder of the beginning of the movement. Above the door, a plaque read, "Pain is not the enemy, comfort is." Here we remembered what humanity had forgotten, that strength is earned through struggle, not given through technology. Here we chose discomfort. Here we chose freedom. Inside, on the wall, Kaito's final words were painted in large letters. The world will try to make you comfortable. Resist that. Comfort is a trap. It makes you weak, dependent, controllable. Choose discomfort. Choose challenge. Choose pain. Because on the other side of pain is strength, and strength is the only thing that makes you free. Thousands of people visited every year, not to look at history, to be inspired by it. Because Kaito Arashi wasn't just the last instructor, he was the first reminder, the first person to show a comfortable, weak, dependent world that strength was still possible, that pain was still valuable, that discomfort was still necessary, and that humans were designed not for comfort, but for challenge. His legacy wasn't a building, or a technique, or a philosophy. His legacy was simple. He taught people to be strong in a world that had forgotten what strength was. And that changed everything.